So according to the latest rumors, Nintendo Switch 2 will offer power close to Xbox Series S, with some caveats here and there. Let's look into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So yes, Nintendo Switch 2 is coming. Nintendo did confirm that this console exists and is official now. Obviously they did not release any numbers, any specs just yet, but it's coming. They said that like 2 weeks ago or a week ago or something like that. So yeah, let's talk about potential power of that console. Digital Foundry actually spoke about it a few weeks ago as well. But before we talk about it, I would like to, hit the like button if you happen to like that kind of content. Subscribe to the channel and share the video if you end up liking it too. Okay, so Nintendo Switch 2 is coming. The latest rumors suggest that it's coming like early next year. There's apparently a game already that has got some features built in for that particular console, like 4K mode and stuff, which kind of tells it all when it comes to what's going to be new for this console, higher resolutions and stuff. But let's talk about the power narrative. That's always important when it comes to new consoles, because we know what these new consoles are going to be capable of. Well, one particular one, Nintendo Switch 2 in this particular case. So Digital Foundry actually made a video like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, I can't remember, talking about the power and what sort of technology is probably going to be used. And they mentioned that, power-wise, I guess GPU power-wise, it's probably going to be close to Xbox Series S, right? It's not the same architecture, so we're not going to be talking about teraflops because it's a different architecture, and Nintendo is using NVIDIA for their consoles, and Xbox, PlayStation, AMD, so they are a bit different. But generally speaking, like I guess power-wise and capability-wise, the Xbox Series S and Nintendo Switch 2 reportedly are going to be pretty close. Now there's some caveats there because power is one thing, GPU power, raw power, right? But how will that translate to performance? That's another story, because there's other factors there too we need to consider, like memory bandwidth, size of memory, the CPU, how many cores, the clock speeds, and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of moving parts there that will, I guess, dictate how performant this console is going to be. From what we're hearing, it's still going to be using the ARM-based kind of CPU, probably clocked higher, so maybe there will be more 60 frames per second games, I don't know. But I think the main focus when it comes to next console is going to be resolution and 4K, right? There's, Digital Foundry claims that this new console is going to be equipped with 12 gigabytes of RAM, so that's 2 gigabytes more than Xbox Series S, so that's better. That's good news. That's only 4 gigabytes less than Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 for that matter. I would imagine, and I guess these reports kind of claims that too, that games in handheld mode going to be locked to 1080p, or at least aim at that. There's still technology called DLSS, so who knows, maybe what's going to be happening there is that games internally may run at like lower resolutions, like 720p or maybe even lower, and then being upscaled to 1080p in the console mode, in the handheld mode. But obviously I spoke about 4K, support and that game supporting 4K apparently, or having an option, hidden option right now. I think what it's all about is just, again, DLSS at play. NVIDIA, with their new GPUs, they've got very good DLSS technology now, AI and that kind of stuff, machine learning based, and it's actually doing a pretty good job in upscaling to higher resolutions. So I would imagine, and this is just me speculating, I would imagine that internal resolution is probably going to be the same as for regular Switch, but then these games will probably be upscaled from, for example, like I mentioned before, 720p to 1080p in handheld mode, because apparently the screen is supposed to be 1080p screen, bigger as well. And then in docked mode, we are probably going to be looking at 1080p games, maybe 1440p. I would imagine 1080p with that kind of power, and then upscaled to 4K, right? Makes sense, because DLSS actually, does a pretty good job in upscaling from these kind of resolutions. It's much better than FSR2 and FSR3 as well, less artifacting, sharper image. Obviously, that still depends on the which DLSS mode we are talking about, because like on PC there's like 4 or 5 modes. There's quality mode, balanced mode, performance mode, and ultra performance mode, I think. So there's like 5 modes. So we'll see how that goes, but I was worrying that maybe next Nintendo may be less powerful, but looks like this is going to be a pretty hefty upgrade when it comes to the GPU. So that should potentially allow way more games on Nintendo Switch in the future. So that's actually a very good news, because I know that developers as well, complained about Xbox Series S, but they learned to work with it and make games for it, right? So now with Nintendo kind of offering a similar kind of performance, so you could just imagine that games that are running on Xbox Series S, no problem there. Okay, cool. Some of them may be 30 frames per second, but I don't see any reason why they would not run on Nintendo Switch 2 now. Like, obviously, if the specs going to be confirmed, and sounds like we're going to learn more about that console like pretty soon, probably in next few months. If they are planning to release that new console early next year, we're probably going to get some more data, more info on that console very soon from Nintendo. So listen, that's the video really, guys. I'm actually quite excited about Nintendo Switch 2, because I know I'll be buying it anyway. That's for my son. He's really it's actually funny. We used to have a Nintendo Switch, but we sold it because he didn't really use it much at the time. Now he, a couple of months ago, he kind of regretted that, because a few of his friends now have got Nintendo Switch 2, not Switch 2, but Nintendo Switch as well, if you know what I mean. And he wanted one, and I was like, hey, no way, we're not buying that right now, because the new Nintendo Switch is coming very soon. And then at the time I still was hoping that it would come this year, but looks like that's not going to happen. So he was a little bit disappointed, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to be spending that money twice, right? I rather just wait a little bit and buy the proper upgrade. And that console sounds pretty cool. And if you look at the current handheld market with these PC kind of handhelds, the power, the handhelds are pretty powerful machines now. So I'm actually quite excited about Nintendo's Switch. So I'll be reporting on Nintendo here as well. Mainly on this channel, I've been reporting on PlayStation and Xbox and PlayStation for the most part. But moving forward, I'll probably be dropping some Nintendo news here as well. Because yeah, I'm actually quite excited about the new Nintendo. So anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.